Today I'm going to talk about modes, and I'm going to simplify them for you. A mode is just a scale within a scale. So we're going to deal with the major scale here. If you don't know your major scale, I'm going to throw up a link here. You can click through it and learn how to play a major scale on the guitar and learn how a major scale is constructed, and then you can come back to this. So a mode is just a scale within a scale. I've written 2 out here for you. There's 12 in total, but here's 2 for you. C major scale. And I've written it out twice, and you'll see why. And then I wrote a G major scale. So if you know how to play a major scale, you're actually playing what is called the Ionian mode, which is notes starting on the first degree of a major scale, from C to C or G to G. And you have the major scale, they also give it a mode name, the Ionian mode. So if you want to play a Dorian mode, you basically start on the second note of a major scale and play from the second note up to the octave of that note. So in case of C, D to D, or in a G major scale from A to A. And you've just played the Dorian mode. Now, if you play those notes starting on D and ending on D, or starting on A and ending on A, they will not sound like the major scale. They have a minor quality to them, and it sounds really neat. It sounds like you're doing something a little bit different, maybe a little bit minor, but it will not sound like the major scale, even though you're just playing within the major scale. And then we move to the third note of a major scale. That's called the Phrygian mode. So if you're playing from the third note and up the octave, this mode will also have a minor kind of quality to it. It's very cool and sounds nothing like the major scale, even though you're just using the notes from major. The Lydian mode, this is one of my favorite modes actually. This is more of a major sounding mode, and this starts on the fourth note of a major scale. So if you play from F to F or C to Z, you get the Lydian mode, or any of the other 12 scales, which I'm going to throw up a link to all the 12 scales at the end of this video, so you can figure out all your modes in every key. If you go to the fifth note of a major scale, you get the MIXOLYDIAN mode. A lot of people use this for blues soloing over 7th chords, and that's also another lesson, and I'll throw that link up here right now. If you want to go to blues guitar soloing, you can follow this link through, and you're basically just working in some of these MIXOLYDIAN modes. If you go to the 6th note of a major scale, you get the AEOLIAN mode, or the relative minor. People know this one as the minor scale. So every major scale has a minor scale within it, so they call that the relative minor. Now, the reason they don't call the other ones relative to the scale is because a minor key is something that is commonly used, and a major key is something that is very commonly used. So they just kind of give them their own separate identities, the minor scale and the major scale, even though they're just one and the same. You're just starting on a different note of the scale. And then finally, if you start on the 7th note of a major scale, you get the Locrian mode. So this is also a very kind of minorish sounding mode, almost exotic sounding, but really you're just playing within a major scale, starting and ending on a different note, so it gives it a different kind of sound quality. So that is basically mode simplified. Now, if you want to know what chords go with these modes, I've thrown up a link down at the bottom there, and this will give you all 12 scales and all the chords that go with each of those scales. So whatever mode you're playing with, you'll know exactly what chords to play with it. And if you want to keep up to date with all my guitar lessons and all the other music projects and film that I'm involved with, click down there and subscribe. And you'll always get the updates to whenever I upload stuff. And I have playlists with all the music lessons, so you're going to learn a ton of stuff if you go and find the music playlist. And I hope you enjoyed all this. Please share this information if you find it useful, and like it and comment and ask any questions in the comment section, and I will answer them. Thanks so much.